What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch the third episode of Severance. My new favorite show as of right now. This is probably my favorite thing that I'm watching, and I'm only two episodes in. Getting ready to watch the third. Last episode, we met Christopher Walken's character. The first time I've ever seen him act in anything, surprisingly. So I am very excited to see what his character is. He's already sort of in the same sort of vibe as Milchick and Selvig or Koble. In the sense that I'm getting creepy vibes. I'm getting vibes that they know considerably more than I know. But, I'm ready to see how this plays out. I just want to hop straight into the episode. If you guys like the video, drop a like, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I've got the full length reaction up on Patreon. And if you guys like the content I put out on the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. It really helps me out. Let's get into the episode. Is he dead? I will be honest, just real quick, I want to say one annoying thing about Apple TV. It keeps giving fucking previews for Season 2 as I open the episode. So I gotta skip them immediately.
Robe is a gift from my brother-in-law. I've never worn it or anything. Sorry, it's weird. I have pillows. Do you need anything else?
Yeah, I want you to stop shitting on this awesome robe.
Mark, just... Obviously, he technically has known Petey for a while, but he really just met him.
See any of these transoms?
Yeah. Oh, and everything's locked upstairs.
Anybody live in that unit next door?
No, it's just Mrs. Selvig, and the neighborhood never really filled up, so it's nice. Quiet.
I bet they got cameras in here.
Anything. I checked, and it's not expressly prohibited in the manual.
Yeah. Dude, I pressed
Flashback.
Cobell for an off-floor mixer last quarter. She said you'll get one when you earn it, whatever that means.
Cobell?
I can't imagine Dylan's 4% on Sunset Park's gonna help with.
Oh my, this is so trippy.
You okay?
That might be... Yo, I keep saying it for every scene, but that is one of the best scenes I've ever... Like, small... Just cinematography-wise.
I get disoriented.
I don't know what version of Petey this is. If they are both combined into one, or if he just hasn't connected with his innie in a while. Sunset Park. Write that down, Sunset Park. Oh, it's like split like the mines right there. I love shit like that. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. Let me see this fucking fantastic opening one more time. This is, let me tell you what. This might be one of my all-time favorite openings of anything. Definitely top 10 immediately. That might be some after season 1, or after I finish episode 9. I might see if I can rank that really quickly, if anybody cares about it. I love when a show makes me become obsessed with it. Like, 1 out of every 3 or 4 shows just make me, like, fall in love. Throw him straight in the trash? We must be cut to heal? Oh, no, no, no. Is she like a religious fanatic around Severance?
I've suddenly stitched together. But the relativity's fucked. So, my first day at Lumens is far back as my 5th birthday, and with 2 pasts, it blurs the present, too. But they said it would get better. There's a group of people that know Severance is a blight on mankind.
Oh, I didn't even think about this.
The Whole Mind Collective?
The kids trolling for signatures downtown? No, not the fucking WMC.
Oh.
I'm getting leftovers vibes from this. So did he go to them?
So,
Just to put them back together, or did they find him? If that even is the truth.
I don't want you to unsever, because that's gonna work. Reintegration.
all right, well, whatever. It hasn't been a blight for me. It's helped me.
It's not helping, you just have less time suffering.
Help. Is that you're murdering people 8 hours a day and you don't even know it. I found a department. One they don't tell us about. One where you don't get to leave.
Well, don't none of us get to leave?
No, I mean, you really don't get to leave as in they're down there right now.
What, like chained up or? PD, we're not at Lumen.
I don't know how to read this. I love that split in the... I don't know if I keep like reading it, like I'm going overboard to reading it, but I love the two. It's like a split. Everything is like a split. Oh my god. Is there like some sort of... Is this an obsession, or is this just like watching in on...
Are you alright?
I think it's exactly the condescending verbiage that I'd expect from a group trying to save people from their own choices.
Choices. Did her Inzi have a choice?
And where are you getting these terms?
Fine, call it someone who's had their brain split in half. If
That has
makes
nothing
you
to do with what we do at Lumen, nor any severance procedure.
I understand you don't want to answer my question.
No, I'm
because
answering the
it'll
question.
reveal that you are complicit in something totally immoral.
What's immoral is taking away...
Again, I thought that the fish was like frozen in time. It didn't move. Dude, his life is nothingness. Both of them. Dude, this theme is... It's one of the all-time greats already. I love a show that reuses like the main theme.
I just want to let you know, I'm not going to reintegrate.
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
Okay.
I lost my wife a couple years ago in a car accident. This is, it's helping me.
I'm sorry, Mark.
No.
It's like he's running away from his problems, obviously.
There's even a song for it. But I always wondered. You carry the hurt with you. You feel it down there, too. You just don't know what it is.
So I wonder, again, I don't know how like successful or like 100% the Severance thing is. If either the innie or outie is presented consistently and very viscerally with memories of their other half, would that cause like a reintegration of sorts? Would it cause a connection?
I'm just de-icing my stew.
What the fuck?
Oh, thanks again for the cookies.
I'll bring by more.
Now it's gotten me like, is this the same exact entity? Or did she somehow split her actual body in two? Because she's acting really, really weird. And is she gonna sneak into the house? I don't know what the exact purpose of it would be other than just keeping an eye on a worker.
Scout, how you doing?
Good.
Judd isn't... Okay. Judd is not severed at all. He's on the upper floor.
I did a thing. I deleted the scary numbers.
Is she proud of herself now?
Yesterday, you were gone.
I was?
Oh, yeah. Dylan took over training in your stead to great success. You look trim, Mark. I wonder if you were food poisoned.
Welcome back, boss. New photos come in?
Oh, good. You can finally get rid of those old ones.
You put it back?
You may as well skip it, actually. I put in my resignation request.
You did submit it.
I did.
You're not gonna get approved.
Hello, refiners.
Hello, Mr. Milchek.
Mark, I spoke to your Audi yesterday. He sounded just shattered not to be at work. But now that you're here, care to read your first morning announcements as department head?
Dude, Milchik is... There's some... charismatic, yet... scary. Like, he doesn't feel human at times. He feels like an all-knowing entity.
Okay, quiet down all. I'm Mark, your new announcements person.
This is so weird.
I've never seen a resignation request get such a quick turnaround.
Do I have to finish out the day, or can I skip out now?
You got declined. Read it, Mark.
Lastly, Helly's resignation request was denied.
Yeah, no, that can't be right. My Audi wouldn't do that.
You've enslaved yourself. You have essentially enslaved yourself for money.
Against the door or to the side?
This guy's a goober.
Good.
Do you think he'll be surprised?
I do.
My babe, I'm going to put it off to the side.
My babe. My babe. I'm gonna start using that.
He's going to be so excited.
Yeah.
I hope he comes home early.
He's not going to.
Can you? So that's another thing. Like, are you allowed to schedule yourself to come in early? Oh, what is she having an off day or something? Or I love this shot so much. You're gonna hear me say that every like maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes in real time, maybe every 2 minutes in the YouTube reaction. But
Hey,
oh my
What's
god,
up,
this is
Sid?
scaring the shit out of me.
It's nothing.
what were you drawing?
You getting back to work in Cuba's form.
Okay, two things.
Yo, these shots are phenomenal. Oh my god.
What the fuck are you wearing?
I'm falling in love. Well, I'm falling deeper in love? Hide, 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 hide. Hide! Petey, hide! They're watching his fucking every move, every moment. Does she smell him? This feels like a fucking horror movie. Oh, she's weird. What the hell is going on? Does she have an infatuation with him? Or it's just like a part of the job? It's like a love-hate, like a win-lose. This is my favorite show to watch, and I love making reaction videos to it, and I love reacting to it with you guys, but I also feel like there's a necessity for me to talk every once in a while. That is a great shot, another great shot right there. I feel like there's a necessity for me to talk, but at the same time, this is so interesting and so trippy that I just want to shut my ass up and just focus. So I'm gonna have to find a happy medium here. Is this going to pass? Oh, I gotta like slow these fucking down. Is this a show I gotta go back and go frame by frame?
Writing the note directly on your skin. Well, unfortunately, the detectors can pick up lettering anyway.
Let's test it.
Does this look like lettering to you?
Just having fun.
Huh, not bad. I thought you were starting to, like, be okay here.
What, because I did the numbers thing?
Well, you gotta win. You know, a lot of people find...
Are they killing people here, or is that just exaggeration, or...
comforting.
Mark, I don't want to work here with you. So don't burst into the bathroom with your pathetic boss voice on and try to convince me that I do.
Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes to scrub your arms.
Or what?
You're gonna go in the break room!
Mark,
Irv?
I was listening at the door. I heard it all.
Okay.
I am troubled by you having high-stress exchanges like that so fresh off your food.
Irv, what the? He takes everything so seriously.
Dylan was going on all yesterday about incentives, pencil erasers, and waffle parties, as though that's why we're here. That's not why we're here. If it's a deeper meaning she craves, she should see the Perpetuity wing.
She can read about all that stuff in the handbook.
She ain't gonna read the handbook.
There's a package left at his door from someone. Open it, would you?
Why couldn't you?
Oh, God.
Oh.
Rickon, his 5th book.
What a goober.
Learning to be emotionally nude in front of my wife.
Checking for messages, just to be safe.
Mark.
Oh my god.
Out an official request for supervisory interaction.
No.
It's fine, come in.
Sorry, I can fill out the form.
What is it?
Irving thought we should take Kelly to the Perpetuity wing today.
Well, it's a good thing I made Irving department.
I think I should take Kelly and the team to the Perpetuity wing.
And have you filled out a common space reservation slip?
She's giving me the slug thing from Monsters Incorporated.
Are you gonna make me throw my mug at you?
Why would you?
Get MDR to its numbers.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on?
Was something I knew that you could handle and grow from. It was very painful for me. I hope that you'll let it help you.
What the fuck? Why is she so scary?
Hey, just in case you find this relevant for some reason, the code detectors can read messages hidden inside the body as well.
How do they take it out? Do they make you sit there and boop it out?
That happens. It's Milchick's job to extract the message from you. And when he asks how long...
They probably all tried this shit.
I really can't recommend honesty enough. It's easier for you both if he knows which end to start from.
Leo? Ew.
Another good try, though.
All 8 CEOs have been of the Egan lineage, allowing dating
Okay, they are the CEOs.
poem to help you remember their names. I authored it myself, and of course it's
They're like worshipping
poetically imperfect.
them.
To be sure, there's
Egan.
a slight
I
rhyme
gotta-
in the second verse.
I don't know if there's any
Ambrose to Bandos.
like hidden messages in any of these names.
Him further, but I think you'll
Bingo? What is that?
reverent and quite fun.
Egan bingo. Oh,
I'll
we
say
should,
the full thing
right?
for when we arrive, but it begins with the chorus.
Hey, what the hell is Egan Bingo?
Oh,
How you
game.
don't die of boredom in the perpetuity way. And come on, it'll be an excellent opportunity for everyone except Herb to bond.
Hey!
Optics and design.
Optics and design.
Back with that refinement.
Oh my god, they're like rivals. Maybe Bert doesn't. Maybe he is severed.
Was good. Great. Very restorative.
You two know each other?
We were just admiring some Lumen artwork together, very briefly. Remember, we'll have those new handbook totes soon. So exciting.
Thanks for the tip. You got some business? Or you just out for a fucking stroll?
Dylan.
You guys are cool, and I'm just wondering what you're up to. It's rare seeing you out of your hole.
Egg drop challenge in the team building space. Tight department like us gotta keep our synergy up.
Egg drop challenge. You buy this?
Oh my, or are they like Felicia?
This is Helly, our new refiner.
Welcome, Helly. Well, you should.
Like, do they
Can't leave the nest empty.
do they get constantly compared to the other departments and yelled at? Irv and Bert are rocking with each other. Yo, it would be crazy if Irv and Bert were married in real life.
Natalie,
Harmony, hello.
I wasn't expecting. Is this about Helena?
No, this is about Peter Kilmer. And I should tell you that the board is joined.
What the hell? She's above her. Right? Oh, Milchick is. Oh! She's being treated the same way. Yo, Harmony's creepy.
I will say this, not to be alarmist, but prior to his departure, there were some troubling signs of possible reintegration.
Don't say the R word. They don't speak to her?
Okay, so the board is conveying pretty strongly that the severance procedure is provenly irreversible.
Yes.
And that this knowledge should be a given for a person managing a severed floor.
Yes, of course.
While, of course, getting MTR to their projected numbers by the quarterly deadline in 3 weeks.
Yes, of
Oh my god.
We are quickly rekindling.
As the higher you go, the creepier they get.
And for what it's worth,
The board has concluded the call.
What the hell's good by Harmony? What do you? I'm so what the hell?
O&D is nice.
No, they're not. Nor do they share our
Natalie, yo, I'm so confused.
Virtue, macro dads are clever and true, while O&D's more cruelty-centered.
How many departments are there?
Probably
Around
30.
5. No one's quite sure.
O&D tried a violent coup on the others decades ago, and that's why they reduced them down to 2.
Decades
and that's
ago?
why they keep us all so far apart now.
How long has this program been going on?
Ever kill anyone?
Nope. There was no coup. No one killed anyone.
Then why don't we ever hang out?
I mean, I'm 99% sure there was no coup.
Come now, children of my industry, and know that
Oh, this is this feels like science fiction dystopian future shit.
that's James Egan.
James Egan. Not impressed. History lives in us whether we learn or not. This is so creepy. Okay, so he is on the run. So I would assume... I don't know if this reintegration thing is real. Either that or he just hasn't checked in, and if you don't switch to your other persona, maybe it starts fucking shit up.
From which are derived every human soul. Woe, frolic, dread, malice.
Jesus.
Each man's character.
18?
Precise ratio that resides in him. I walked into the cave of my own mind, and there I tamed them. Should you tame the temper?
I'm writing these guys' name down. I might not ever see them ever again, but... Gerhardt.
It's okay if you cry.
Oh, Irv. He is like drinking the Kool-Aid.
I learned that I work for a company that has been actively caring for mankind since 18...
I don't think so, Irv.
Look, each of these is a real smile from someone on the outside.
Irv, I don't know about this.
So what are we, like a dental company?
No, my point is you're part of a history now.
A noble one.
And that's so much more.
They update the mouth wall?
It's not cool.
Down the chick I like. You guys ready to go?
We just got here.
Is Kier the... He's either the originator of the company, or... Oh, these fucking statues are gonna like come to life or some shit. Or he's the one who invented Severance.
Jesus.
No. Kier.
Is he a giant statue?
House?
A perfect replica.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, this is beautiful.
The bedroom of Kier. Just as he might have left it.
What the... Like, this is... This is so weird, and I love it.
Oh, God, Mark. Still,
It's for fun.
It's the Perpetuity Wing. It's the Egans. It's the living soul of Lumen. And everything she stands for, not a bingo match.
Look, Kier said keep a merry humor ever in your heart.
Oh, did you give one to the trainee?
No.
Of course you did. She's starved for meaning here. So of course you'd pervert our founder's message with jokes and impiety. That's definitely what she needs from her department chief.
Hey, I didn't want to be department chief. I didn't ask for Petey to disappear and for...
She's behind the curtain.
Uh-oh.
Helly?
Shit.
Oh no, damn, she's gone. Every episode is going to be her trying to escape. And it won't work. Yo, this music... I'm sorry for being so repetitive, but this is genuinely fantastic. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Wow, it worked. Oh shit, he's on. Oh, so Mark's gonna look at that book. Oh, she's testing it.
Damn it, Ellie.
Ah, it didn't work. Ow! She was trying to look through.
This way, please, Hellier.
Oh shit. Break room. Oh, yo, yo! They're all so scary.
You seem like a smart person. Don't you see how fucked up this is? You can't
Not
keep...
right now, Ellie.
You're talking to Milchick, you're talking to the devil right now. How did Petey get that recording?
Forgive me for the harm I have caused this world. None may atone for my actions but me, and only in me shall their stain live on. I am thankful to have...
Oh, this is some freaky deaky brainwashing.
...hands. All I can be is sorry, and that is all I am.
I'm afraid you don't mean it.
She's an alien? What the hell's going on?
Again, please.
Maybe Dylan, Mark, and obviously Helly, and obviously Mark are the only ones who've read this, and Irving just drank the Kool-Aid immediately, maybe?
Fall cut short by those with wizened hands. All I can be is sorry, and that is all I am.
Again. I'm waiting for like a Lost type thing where a message pops up on the computer. So they can track words. Can they track pictures? Or any inanimate object? I predicted last episode that there was going to be a message on the back of one. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, and was I correct? Petey's writing. I wouldn't keep it on my desk. Let me tell you what, I wouldn't. Well, no matter what, if he keeps it, it's Mark's. It's on Mark, but.
Oh my god.
Are they connected? Like, I feel like such an idiot. I feel like an entertained idiot. Can they can Aldi go on vacation, or do they have to be there? I brought it up last episode. What's the vacation time? What's the sick time looking at? We're looking like. Oh, the minute he goes to the hospital, he's dead. They're gonna find him. It's over. See him drop dead here? Get shot in the head?
Whoa, he's down, Whoa. Sir, over here. Sir, can you hear me? You got that?
I got goosebumps, man. Get out of here before someone comes and watches. It's easier here. And I would assume he's. Oh, was the book there or not? How are they gonna? I do want to say this out loud. I don't think that there's any validity to it or any chance. But I will throw it out there. No. It's stupid, and there's like 100 million ways to disprove it, like through people recognizing her. But just in case, Selvig being Gemma, I'll throw it out there. Probably got a tracker on it. That was the third episode. I'm already a third of the way down the season. That was the episode that I was probably the most confused about. Like, not in like keeping up with what I'm showing, but obviously as in there's mysteries and I don't know what to think about the mysteries. Immediately, just to make sure that I got on the right track, unless she's being really weird. Kobol's name is Harmony, and I thought that she got her name wrong for some reason, but her name's Harmony. But we were introduced to a lot of characters there. Felicia, Natalie, we got all of the Egan CEOs. I have 6 written down: Myrtle, Gerhardt, Jaime, Keir, Baird, and Pip. So there was either 8 or 9. I think the 8, so I'm missing 2 of them. I don't know how to... It started in the 1860s, I believe. What year does this story take place? Is this like, did it start in like 2021, 2022 when the show came out? Or is it like earlier, later? You know what I mean? That's just something that I have to maybe pay closer attention to see when that is. Because I'm interested to know when the Severance program started or was created. Because obviously right now in the real world and on the news, it's like really talking about the Severance program and like the legality of it and the morality of it. But quite honestly, I could see a scenario in which Lumen Industries sort of had that as a thing for years before it leaked or was showcased or anything like that. I could definitely see that. And why was... I don't know. I don't know, man. There's so many questions that I have. There's so many questions I have. And like a good show, like a perfect show in this genre, my favorite genre, there's no answers. It's just more and more questions. And I love that shit. I love that. I don't want to say I get frustrated by not having answers, because I don't, but I have that like a constant desire to always figure them out, but I don't get frustrated. As I've talked about, I think I talked about in the first couple episodes ago, and I definitely talked about on the channel before. Obviously, this is my favorite genre, and I am a strong believer in the idea that the journey is the most important part. The questions are more important than the answers, and I know that to some people that sounds kind of weird and stupid, but I genuinely believe that if I'm presented with a story that keeps me on my toes and keeps my brain running and you know what I mean, and working and all of that and everything that entails for like 3 or 4 seasons, and then the last episode isn't as perfect as I want it to be, and I didn't perfectly wrap up everything in a nice neat bow, I'm perfectly fine with that. The journey was worth it for me. The journey was the most important part. So, no, I'm not saying that I expected the show to end poorly or be unsatisfactory or anything like that. But my main point is that after having watched many, many shows or video games or books in that genre, I have sort of learned to focus on the characters and the story and how the questions sort of affect the characters. And that's what I'm trying to do now. But again, and this is another thing I talked about, it's not just, it's not just Mark, it's not just Helly, it's not just Irving, it's not just Dylan. There's 2 of them. So of each of those characters, there's 2. And then with Milchick and Kobol and maybe even Grainer, with those guys, they only have one sentience. They haven't severed themselves that I know of, but at the same time, they're so mysterious that it's almost like they're a second person. I mean, I would have to assume... Well, I don't know. I would have to assume that Milchick also lives in this sort of complex. And maybe he's like watching Irving or Dylan. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. And I love that I don't know, because constantly, as I'm watching the episode, I have 23 million different ideas and predictions running through my mind. And another thing I talked about through the episode, I don't know whether to talk and try to work through things or just shut up and drop my jaw and just pay attention to every single sentence that's said. I'm absolutely loving it. And again, maybe I'm reading into it a little too much. Maybe my film degree juices are running a little wild. but I absolutely have loved the sort of symbolism and the cinematography around like the split, like the railing for the stairways splitting the story. That thing that was in between Petey and Mark. I love shit like that. Absolutely love stuff like that. We got a little I don't know what you say, cameo, I guess, of Devin and Rickon. They're weird. Especially, they're not weird as in like they're hiding something, but weird as in like they're goobers and they're awkward, and they're not as unsettling as like a Milchick or a Kogel per se, but man. So now, probably the thing that has raised the most questions and the most excitement in me is sort of Kobel's higher ups. I kind of got the vibe, and again, not like any like specific things going on, but I just kind of got the vibe that Kobel is not only hiding stuff from the people below her, but she's hiding stuff from the people above her. Just for instance, I don't even know if Kobel living next to Mark would be something that is approved. Like maybe she did that on her own volition, just as a way to sort of keep up with Mark on the outside, and maybe it isn't like an infatuation sort of thing. Maybe it is a genuine, like cold and hard. I want my department to hit certain numbers, so I want to make sure that nothing crazy is going on their outie life, and make sure that the innie is perfectly well behaved and showing up to work and all that. Maybe that's the case. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't know. Sunset Park. That is I would assume that is something that Mark's gonna have to sort of track down, see about. How it has. Well, again, I'm surprised because Milchick and Kobel, they do seem very competent. Although this Petey thing is definitely a sort of maybe a black mark on their past, I guess, like, or their skills. But they do seem very competent, so I am surprised that the writing on the back of the picture wasn't caught per se. And I was gonna say I'd talk about it through the episode. If I was Mark, I would have put it on someone else's desk, but it doesn't matter because he's the department chief. He's the one who changed out the pictures. But I'm just trying to think here because obviously in a show like this, there's going to be multiple plot twists, and I feel like there's already been, specifically in like Petey and Mark's first meeting. I don't know, I kind of got the vibe that Petey and Mark, like, I don't want to say conspired, but they were like aware of stuff going on, and then when we meet Mark at the beginning of the show, he's not really aware of any of that. He's not really thinking about any of that. So I could see a scenario in which he sort of had explored this with Petey, and then they wiped his memory. Like maybe they tried to escape together, and they caught Mark, wiped his memory, and Petey got out. Maybe Mark sacrificed himself for Petey, something like that. But the reason I mention that is because maybe Petey wasn't even the person who wrote all those. Maybe it was Mark. And again, I don't. Part of why I love reacting to shows like this is because I can say the most stupidest shit of all time, in the hopes that there is a 1% possibility that maybe I'm right in the future. Like the Kobel Selvig thing I said, where maybe she's actually Gemma. Again, I don't really think that, and there's people who would be able to corroborate that information, but I never know. I never know. Something weird can be going on. They can, because again, and this is a very important thing I think with all sort of fiction, or especially like mystery fiction or even sci-fi. If you're presented with a question, you can't just look at the question, you have to look at the next question. Or if you're presented with an idea, you have to look at the next idea. So what I mean by that is, if we're in a world in which people can sever their memories into two, why should I not believe that they can also brainwash people? Why should I not believe that they can also erase people's memories? You know what I mean? Like, I want to say the word paranoid. when I watch a show like this, I start to become paranoid that I'm missing something very obvious. So my brain starts to go 20 different directions, just to sort of make up and make sure I'm touching all bases, touching all grounds. Grainer is scary as hell. Like, and I love the three sort of antagonistic characters. So far, the threats that are looming above our four main characters. You know what I mean? Because they're all scary, but in a different way. Like Grainer, I get like pure physical threat. You know what I mean? Like there's a problem, he's gonna handle the problem immediately. With Cobble, I get like an evil controller. Like she knows everything that goes on behind the scenes, like an omnipotent being almost that is sort of unentertained by the ants below her. And with Milchick, and I feel like Milchick might be the scariest one for me so far, just because of how charismatic and happy he is, when you can obviously tell, not maybe like through Mark or Dylan or Irv, maybe they can't tell, but I'm talking about from an audience standpoint, it feels like he is an evil entity with a thin veil in front of him, like a thin mask that's just him smiling. Him acting goofy, him acting charismatic, him acting like, you know what I mean, happy-go-lucky boss that we need to work out everything in the body of a psychopath. That's what it feels like. That's definitely what it feels like. I'm loving Dylan too. I feel like, well, I will say this, and my only, again, this show can take me whatever direction it wants to go. My only necessity, and it's something that, and the reason I say it's a necessity is because I believe this is what they're going to show, and I think it's something that allows for the most, I don't want to say creativity, but the most like quality content. I need to see the outside lives of Dylan and Helly and Irv, cause at some point, well, not at some point. The first thing I want to talk about in regards to that, and not only is it just a great exploration of both characters, of both the innie and the outie, and the juxtaposition of them like unknowingly existing at the same time, if you understand what I mean. But just looking at it from a sort of plot way, like if I was writing this, if I was writing a story about people whose minds are split into two and they don't know each other's memories. If I was writing something like that, and I feel like if everyone was writing something like that, and again, I'm not saying that I'm some absolutely great 10-ton writer or anything like that, and I'm not saying that the writers of this show are just everyday people, because obviously if they've been able to create something as special as this, they're, you know, levels above. But I mean, I feel like the easiest plot twist is to showcase two characters who think they only know each other as an innie, and then they also interact as an outie. I think that is, and again, not like it's a cheap plot twist or anything. It's the simplest, most effective plot twist. That has to 100% have happened. And obviously, Helly, not so, because she just sort of been introduced, you know what I mean? But sort of Dylan and Irv, I feel like they have some sort of connection to someone on the outside. And I made a reference to it in the beginning. The only thing that I can really think of would be Irving and Bert. I don't know if they're like friends or maybe, you know, husbands. But that would be my immediate knee-jerk reaction of like, if people know each other, it's them. Because they, I don't know, I felt like an immediate connection almost. Because that's another thing, and I keep making references to it. How effective is Severance? Is it a complete and utter wipe? Or is there still some straggling thoughts and memories and feelings and emotions? Because obviously Lumen thinks that it's 100% perfect. But, you know, what if it's like an inch to the left or this or that? Or, you know, what if there's differences? And by that, I mean, if you're married to someone on the outside and you meet them on the inside, is there any connection? You know what I mean? Because that's another thing too. And talking about it with in regards to Petey, restoration, I think that's what he called it, or something along those lines. But restoration, I will call it. did that really happen? And again, another thing, it seems like almost Petey was brought in and everything he said has come to light, but I'm always going to be suspicious of it. I'm always going to question it. So as of right now, I don't believe this restoration thing. As of right now, I just believe that Petey got out. Petey never came to work. And he's on the run. And maybe it's a scenario where if you don't switch between your innie and your outie, something goes wrong in your brain, like something snaps. I talked about it last episode. I do want to make another reference to it. The movie The Substance that just came out. One of my all-time favorite movies. I absolutely loved that movie. But it's giving me a lot of like vibes like this, or switching into a different body almost. So I'm trying to use that as sort of a reference point of because in that if you don't check in with the other one, problems arise. I could definitely see a scenario in which it's the same thing there, and that's why Petey's on the Petey's on the run because he doesn't trust the stuff that he's being shown. For a good reason that I do not know. But also that's another thing that I want to talk about, because Coble was very suspicious of Petey being severed, or I mean Petey being restored. And obviously the higher ups don't believe that that's a possibility, but I would assume that they're not really up close and personal, so they don't really know the exact specifics of what's going on down there. Because Petey, obviously saw with the picture frame right there, he was already planning, he was already suspicious. So maybe he did get restored, and he kept coming to work. Maybe. There's got, in like the bathroom and the workplace and stuff like that, there's gotta be cameras. There 100% has to be cameras. Everywhere. Like if I was running this place, like I'm not letting any possibility slide. I'm putting cameras everywhere. So I would have to believe that they think the same way. That's another thing to think too, and I don't know that this is already an immoral thing that's going on. Not just from Lumen's perspective, but from the person who signs yourself away. Again, I keep making reference to it. Essentially enslaving yourself. In perpetuity. What's stopping Lumen from doing more? Like in that initial procedure where they put that little chip thing in, why don't they put a tracker in the person? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? Again, so same. If I'm talking like I'm some immoral, you know what I mean, CEO, but I mean if I was doing it, I would put a tracker in their body. I would make sure that all bases were touched. Especially if there is a darker side to this, which there probably is. There's always a darker side. But if there is a darker, like illegal black market, I don't know, government shit going on, I would want to leave nothing up to chance. I would want to cover all bases. I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting anywhere with these discussions, because, and again, that's another thing that I absolutely love about the genre. Sometimes talking it out loud with you guys, or even just by myself, writing things down like I am, even doing all that, there are some times when you make a breakthrough and you get somewhere, and then there are also some times that you're even more lost than you originally were. And I don't know. I can't definitively answer what's happening with that, to be honest. So, but I think that's going to be it. I've yapped for long enough. I think I've been yapping for like 20 minutes. I'm very excited to watch the next episode. If you guys like the video, leave a comment. I've got the flying through action up on Patreon if you wanted to check it out. And if you guys like the content on the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It really does help me out in the future. It allows me to make videos a lot faster. So I will see you guys maybe next week or in a couple days. It's yet to be determined for the next episode.